How's it going, friends? My name is Fringy, and welcome to the Mortal Kombat X DLC damage report. This may be a one-off. I really hope it is. I don't want to have to do stuff like this. But Mortal Kombat X has really bad DLC business practices that need to be addressed. So, right now we're on the home page, or the main menu of the game, and as you can see, PlayStation Store advertised right in the middle with Goro on the front to let you know that if you didn't pre-order and get Goro, you gotta go and buy him. Now, we press that button. Let's see what we got here in the store. I mean, this is just terrible. This blew my mind. Mortal Kombat X, unlock all crypt items, $29.95 Australian. Mortal Kombat X, Blue Steel Sub-Zero, whatever this is. Oh, it will go towards funding the Mortal Kombat X Who's Next tournament prize pool. Hey fucker, what is this? You made something before launch and then took it out. 30 easy fatalities, $7.55. I went ham on this on Twitter. You can pay for easier inputs for the fatalities. Instead of having to learn the fatalities, which aren't even that hard to do in the first place, you can just pay and get them easier. That blew my mind. And of course, you got 5 easy fatalities. And you see this price, $8? $8 fucking dollars for this? Like, it shouldn't be in the game, okay? It shouldn't be in the game, period. But that is a ridiculous price to make the game easier. Now, apparently, reviewers weren't clued into this. This went active as soon as the game went live, and apparently the reviewers weren't even made aware of it. So they said the game was awesome, then this stuff was in it, they didn't know. Now, undoubtedly, they would have still said the game was just as good because these reviewers we're talking about here, they rarely cover things like this. So, this right here, had I known about this, probably wouldn't have bought the game. See, the Goro DLC, which we will get to in a minute, was pushing it. But this is ridiculous. Microtransactions. This is worse than Evolved's DLC. At least Evolved's DLC was cosmetic. It should have been in the game, but at least it was cosmetic. Look, these are actual things in the game. Like, this is actually related to in-game stuff. But, there's more. Oh, there's more. Now, when I bought the game yesterday, actually 2 days ago, the Goro DLC thing was still on the game. So I went to the store, didn't pre-order it like I said, so I still didn't support the thing. But when I got to the store, all the copies they had there came with Goro. So I just bought it. But an interesting thing happened. So, brought the game home, Goro was locked. Obviously, because it's pre-order bonus. So I went to download Goro. I went to download Goro from the store, and he was 1.1 megabytes. 1.1 megabytes. I'll tell you something right now. A game that's 20 gigabytes in size that only has a 1.1 megabyte update for 1 out of 28 characters. Unless you're telling me that all the characters in the game occupy only 28 megabytes of a 20 gigabyte game, that means one of two things. Either Goro is on the disc, shipping in every single copy of Mortal Kombat X that gets given to you, locked away from you, or he was added in a patch. I can't say which one is which, but it can only be either of the two. There's no way that they could fit an entire character in 1.1 megabytes. So, the fact that they took him out of the game was bad enough. But the fact that, and I'm sure hackers will find this out soon because hackers always find out this stuff, it's pretty apparent to me that he is on the disc or he was put in the patch. And it was probably the former, if my personal opinion. And then there are other things too, like the fact that you can skip the fights that you lose. The fact that you can skip the fights in the single player that you lose. And speaking of single player, now we all know that basically Tanya is one of the characters that's coming in the Kombat pack that I'm not buying because of all this shit. She is a character in the Kombat pack. DLC that should be being developed after the game comes out. Tanya is in the story mode. I'm not even kidding. Tanya is in the story mode. Now, she may not have like a full set. She doesn't have variations or anything like that. But the character's in the game, the animation is done, the basic movement is there, a lot of the basic moves are there. The only thing that seems to be needed now is variations. Other than that, she's seemingly in the game. Now, the sad part, you wanna know what the sad part is? The game itself is actually pretty damn fun. The combat's fun, it has great presentation values, I like the single player so far. Haven't really experienced it all yet, but what I've played so far has been good. Just like Evolve. We got another game that's been tainted. Absolutely tainted by DLC and microtransactions. And to be frank, this is worse than Evolve's DLC. Everybody jumped down Turtle Rock and 2K's neck for Evolve's DLC. Because it was bad, and it was. But this, actual characters being locked away as DLC, paying to make the game easier, stuff like that shouldn't be supported. I'm sorry, but as much as the game is fun, this is probably going to be an Evolve situation for me again in the forthcoming review. Because this is the future of gaming. This is the future of gaming that clearly works. That's the sad part. It's clearly working. That's the sad thing about it. It's clearly working. Otherwise, people wouldn't be buying it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting it into their game. We need to stop. I'm so sick of this. I'm Fringy. Have a good one.